Hi, I'm Ron Nutter, and welcome to another edition of Techbytes with Ron Nutter. This time, I'm going to walk you through setting up the Slampher to be controlled with Alexa, and that starts now. Now, in one of the previous videos, we went through the basic steps of getting the Slampher device, and that's this little gem right here, to be controlled with the eWeLink app. If you've not dealt with any of the Sonoff devices before, you really should take a look at them because they're very straightforward to set up. So in this point, we've already got the Slampher set up with the eWeLink app. And before we get started, what we want to do is just make sure that all the connections are still there. And we've got a good indication here because this is the normal color instead of being, I'm going to use the term grayed out. I mean, because this says the device is offline or it's not seeing it. So what we can do is we'll just tap the on button and okay, so we verified that everything works. So now what we can do is go on to getting the piece set up with Alexa. And what we'll do is, and let me shift screens here.
You are 1.37 miles, 2.21 kilometers.
Alexa picked a heck of a time to start telling me something. Oh, all right. We'll get that one done. Okay, so now that this is the next part, and as we all know, technology is great when it decides to work, and this time it was doing what it was supposed to. It was listening to the word. So you will, if you haven't already enabled the eWeLink smart home skill, you'll want to do so. And the one you see here on the screen is the one that I'm using, and there are some other ones out there, but this is the one that's going to work. So where I've got disable skill here, you would just click enable skill. It's going to pop open another screen, and it's going to get you to enter your eWeLink credentials, and it will link the two accounts together at that point. Now, once the accounts are linked, you will be prompted to go through a process where you tell Madam A, I'm going to start doing that when I can remember to, so that it doesn't start tripping my devices, and you will tell it to discover devices. Or, okay, well, that was something else happening. So that really, and it takes 20-30 seconds, and it should say it's found X number of new devices. Now, you can also tell within the eWeLink skills, or any of the skills for that matter, if we click over here on settings, we'll click on settings, and then we'll go down to manage smart home devices, and then we'll click on devices. Now, you will see everything that not only the eWeLink skill knows about, but you'll see the other devices too. So that's fine. But this is another good indication that everything is working right. Now, if you have a problem with a specific device, what you'll want to go through and do is click on the forget button. It's not really a button, but the forget label over there. And that will disconnect the device. And then you can go back into eWeLink, change the name, if you need to do something with the device, whatever, and then you'll want to relink the skill. And let's get back here to skills. So to relink the skill, what you will do is you'll disable the skill and then re-enable it. And it's probably going to make you re-authenticate, but in a way that's a good thing because you don't want it to just sit out there and be doing nothing. Now, at that point, once you've re-enabled the skill, you'll have to rerun the discovery process, and you'll either have, when you get the accounts linked, you will have a button that appears on the screen telling you to tapping that, and it will tell the Madam A backend to do that. Or you can just say, Madam A, discover my devices, and it will know very shortly. So at this point, what I have gone and done, and we're going to shift back over to the screen here, and it's going to remember a few things here. Come on, let's get, okay. So now we'll go back to, I've got, as you can see, I've got all my stuff organized in different folders. So most of my stuff for the smart home sits in the IoT folder, and then we'll tap on eWeLink. So we're back to where we were. So, again, in case you've relinked or unlinked, go through and tap that button on and then off to make sure that it's still connected and that it's working the way it should. Now, at this point, if everything's working right, now I've got the name Slampher here, and I have found with some names that you may have to overpronounce the word, because if the P is not a predominant part of that word, to where it's like if it's a silent P and it's more of an F, you may have to experiment a little bit. So now what we'll go through and do is we'll say, and I'm going to drop the graphics so you can see, because I'm on my Fire 8 tablet. Alexa, turn on Slampher. Okay, so you see the light came on. Now, I wanted you to see, now on the Fire 8, it has that bar across the bottom. So we'll shift over here to the other camera. Alexa, turn off Slampher. Alexa, turn off Slampher. Okay, well, that's unusual. This is the first time it really has ever done this. Alexa, turn off Slampher. So it just, it can get a little touchy, but I mean, that's just the nature of the beast. Of course, I am kind of overloading this one tablet right now, and the signal, as you can see on the upper screen, is not the best. So could be a little bit of a lag, and especially if we got one of your streaming media receivers running, that can kind of congest things. But you can see the whole process. It's really very straightforward, and it's something that you can have multiples of all these devices. If you have more than one, obviously you're going to need to use unique names, and that's a whole nother conversation we can have with having to figure out, unique names, how many voice control devices, whether it's Madame A, Google Home, what have you, how many you're going to need to have, and especially when you can do it with a tablet like this or your smartphone. See, that starts lessening how many you have to have. So it's very straightforward to do. There, when you go into the settings for the device, really your only choices are, and we'll shift back over here, you can see that it's on the latest firmware. If you do anything, if you want to be notified when the device is turned on, you can flip that button on, and you'll get all sorts of logging messages. So if you want to know when a device is being turned on, that's a good way to keep track of that. Because without it being a normal, business grade IT situation, you're not going to have a central logging service, so you kind of have to use these different services to do that. So as you can see, the Slampher is a very straightforward device to use. It is, there's not much to it. You got the pairing button, you've got the status LED, and that's it. So really, if you're looking for a way to use bulbs, that's certainly an option. You see that Alexa, turn on Slampher. Okay. Alexa, turn off Slampher. Okay, well, that's, technology is great when it works occasionally. And it's unusual, because normally the Slampher is a very reliable device, as all the Sonoff devices have been, because if I was having challenges with them, I would have told you. And today it acted up a little bit, but I'm also, taxing this one Fire 8 pretty well, because I'm doing streaming video from it, and I'm doing the remote control, so it's fighting for some resources. So I'm going to dig further into that to see if it's something I need to reach out to Amazon or the folks at Sonoff on. But I'm fully expecting it's just when I try to link to some of the cameras that I've got, it starts getting a little sluggish. So that's probably what it was. But I'll continue to watch that one and let you know. So as you can see, it's very straightforward to set it up. You've always, you've got the manual control, you've got the voice control, and at one point I've had Alexa, Google Home, and Cortana all talking to it. And so we still have yet to show you how to do the Cortana and the Google Home integrations, because it's pretty much the same process, but if you haven't done it before, I'm trying to do tailored videos to each of these so you don't have to be jumping through different videos. You can kind of keep in the same thread with those. So that's all I've got for now. Thank you to everyone who's been subscribing to the channel. If you have anything you'd like to see, please let me know in the comments. I do watch those. If you're thinking about buying one of these, I've got affiliate links in all the videos I do. If you buy anything through that, I really appreciate it. So I get a small commission on that. It doesn't change your price at all. And if I tell you I don't like something, well, the easiest way you know is either I don't do a video on it or I'll express concerns. Now today was the first time I've had a Sonoff device act up, and I'm going to do some more experimenting with that, but I think it's because I was streaming video off the laptop, so it was probably taxing the Fire 8 tablet just a little bit, because I found it has its limits. But, hey, it was a $50 device, so you can't complain too loudly. If there's anything you'd like me to see, please let me know. I've got, in addition to the videos that I'm doing, I've got the book I've already come out with. I'm working on the second one right now. There's a whole host of devices that I've got. I'm in the process of writing the stuff that I've got to have for doing the videos. So, this one will, the book that's out now, which is volume 1, it will give you kind of an idea of where to plan for things. I mean, we've already shown how to use the Sonoff garage door, the Sonoff Pro Channel 4 to control garage doors. And trust me, for $35, it doesn't get any easier than that, because it gets away from some of the compatibility issues. You just wire to the back of the controller. At least in my case, that's what I had to do. And then you were done. And there's all sorts of things. I'm always looking for new and different items. But if you have something you'd like me to look at, please let me know. If I've missed something, bring that to my attention. And a couple of you already have, and I really appreciate that, because I want everybody to have the best and the most amount of information you can, because that, in the end of the day, if I've helped you a little bit, then my job is done. Whether I sell any of my books or get any affiliate commissions, I'm more concerned about helping you. So thank you for your time, and we'll see you in the next video.